Hello, and welcome to the Abuse Awareness channel. I am a survivor of domestic abuse, and through my support and counseling spanning over 10 years, I learned so much about abuse, what it is not, and how to move forward after surviving abuse, how to protect your children um, after violence. And I wanted to start this channel so I can explain about domestic violence, the different types of domestic violence, the different tactics of an abuser, and also the aftermath and impact it has on a survivor's life. I'm going to work with a wheel called Power and Control Physical Violence. And we're going to go through many different aspects of this during this channel, and in each segment you will find different links to research, to different explanations about what I'm talking about. This channel is for family and friends to understand what abuse is and what your loved one has been through, how you can cope, how you can help them and get through it. But also, if they are in a current situation, to understand how you can support them and how you can help them get a plan to get out of an abusive relationship and create a new life for themselves and possibly any children that are involved. This channel I'm also starting as a source for court professionals, law enforcement, law professionals, and social workers to understand the different aspects and dynamics of abuse and how it affects women and children, and also how abuse affects are a broad aspect of issues, because abuse is never a one-time incident, and that I want to make very clear here. It is a gradual succession of abuse that a woman can endure during several years, many years. And in my videos, I sometimes will read stories of other women, sometimes of my own. Everything is going to be anonymized. I'm not going to tell my name or where I live, and I'm going to turn off the comment field. So the whole purpose of this channel is basically to spread awareness of what domestic violence is. So, what is domestic violence? Abuse. We can categorize it into physical, sexual, psychological, emotional, economical, financial, technological, digital, coercive control, post-separation abuse, and litigation, legal abuse. and even latent abuse. And I will go through all of this in separate videos. And also, what I will go through in these videos is different aspects that an abuser uses to gain power and control over the victim. Those are manipulation, gaslighting, isolation, and there I will also explain that normalization process, intimidation, minimization, victim blaming, coercive control, false imprisonment, and a term called flying monkeys. This will all be explained in different videos, and also the cycle of narcissistic abuse will be explained. So, again, if you or one of your loved ones are in a situation that you need help, I urge you to call the 24-hour domestic violence hotline in the U.S. or any country that you are at the moment, and get help. There is domestic violence counseling and organizations in almost every country in the world. So please take contact with any of these organizations if you have worry for yourself or for a loved one. So what I will work with in these videos is the power and control wheel. The power and control wheel was created by the Domestic Abuse Intervention Project, DAIP, in 1984 to help victims and domestic violence and to educate abusive men. Through focus groups with survivors, they developed a wheel outlining the common tactics of abusive partners. So we're going to go through this also more in depth in another video. And what I also want to say is that many survivors of domestic abuse and violence are going to say for the first time that when they saw the power and control wheel, they understood what they're going through, and suddenly everything made sense. And that was the visual for me as well. This visual aid, used by advocates, psychologists, educators, healthcare workers, and similar, outline the common tactics used by abusers. And this is what I'm going to go through in my next video. But here you have it, the power and control wheel. I also are going to go through in my channel how to the aftermath and the recovery from abuse and trauma. And this is very important to understand. You need counseling from a domestic violence organization. You need a safety plan. Sometimes you need to get a protected identity, but you need to work out the safety plan together with a counselor and possibly the law enforcement. Then you need to get access to legal help. And this is sometimes hard because when it comes to children custody, this is the legal aid is limited, and you need help. You need help from your family and friends, now more than ever. You need their support, you need their love, you need their understanding, and their unjudgmental support of you, because they know what you've been through. So your family and friends are so important. You need help to rebuild your economic situation after abuse, and often, very, very many uh, violence survivors struggle with PTSD, and you need help to get separate counseling from that, separate from the counseling from the domestic violence organization. And you also need help to support and protect your children. Very often, um, women have children with their abuser, and they are by court ordered uh, need to have contact with their abuser, and that the children need to meet their abuser, and you need a safety plan for this and help, and also understand that you need to support your children in this instance as much as possible due to their age, because you can't possibly tell them what you may have gone through. At the same time, the court demands that the children have contact, very often have contact and access to the abuser. So this is a tricky situation. So this is the recovery from abuse um, and trauma plan. So again, if you have any questions or concerns, you can post on this channel. I will make links in each video, and you are also going to get a link for the National Domestic Violence Hotline if you are worried for a friend or a loved one or have any questions regarding the information material that I will put here. And again, thank you so much for watching.